Okay, another one, a very different one. So the last one was very heavy in text. I don't need that much, but it was super thoughtful. And that's what I really liked about it, that she was very thorough in her examination of the genre, the horror genre. And she looked around it all over the place, lots of different directions, looked at writers, thinkers, artists, and that had informed her own kind of work. And the final work wasn't necessarily oh, actually that one slid in. That one's from, forgive me, that one shouldn't be there. That was from the last one. So next, please. Okay, so this is a different portfolio. This is all about Japanese food. So this is a slightly different approach to presenting your ideas, your exploration, your kind of idea generation development process. So this is a bit like that spider diagram, but just with more images. A mind map, something to start with. What are my ideas? Lots and lots of where am I going to go for inspiration? Next page, please. So this is some of the illustration that this lady was inspired by that already exists. It's already in the world. Next, please. And this was a specific artist and a chef that this lady was inspired by. So this was what she was looking at more deeply into this guy. Next, please. And she's also gone to Soho, which, if you don't know, Soho is a big area of London that has a lot of Asian, Chinese, a lot of restaurants there, Japanese also. Yeah, so some more mood board from this specific chef artist guy, how he works, how he illustrates his menus. Next, please. And some more detailed breakdown of the inspiration, how the color works, what the sort of drawing in relationship to typography. This is being discussed a little bit here. Next, please. And this was our artist's attempt to recreate some of his work. And this is her building upon those initial experiments and making it her own, bringing her own color palette to it, exploring different media, perhaps. Next, please. Yep, a bit more of that. So she's taking, using photographs, doing some drawings from that. So she's bringing all those ideas of her that she's got from the other artists together to make her own pieces of work in her own way. Yeah, so this is a very, this is not a big portfolio of work, but this was one project that she explored in her very own way. She was a drawer. She's not a digital artist. She's just somebody that loves food and loves drawing and loves image making. Okay, one more. This is a bit long as well, but I thought it was very nice to show because it has a digital emphasis, but also it's a very personal project. Yeah, so this was something that was part of a portfolio. Good grief, it was a very long portfolio. I wouldn't necessarily need a great long one, but this was about memories. Yeah, so next page, please. And so the artist collected photos from her life, some drawings that she'd made from the photos, primary source sketches. Again, so here she's taken some ideas, some inspiration. What is memory about? How can I evoke memory? What can I find? What other people doing? And her own memories, but just different sorts of, not just drawing. Pattern design, memories of playing, exploring memory in a much more abstracted way. 3D experiments. Yes, so looking at artist Tony Cragg, looking at different materials. Yeah, just playing around with those ideas. And then thinking of putting them back. So she had this glass bottles with the water. So she's made something, she's photographing it, lighting it, adding color, so she's just not just made a blob of thing that represents memory for her or particular memory, but she's actually thinking about, okay, using a lot of other media to explore it further. Next, please. Some more research and development around memories. Yeah, and some development of ideas from those things. Yeah, so she has a look at something, she gets busy, she adds it to the mix. So here she's got her object, she's photographed it. She's doing something interesting with the color now. She's exploring it digitally. Next, please. Also looking at artists while she's doing it. So you can see how Gilbert and George may have, and their stained glass window may have inspired this. Yeah, but she's still very much being able to make it her own. You know, these are some of the abstract elements coming in. Next, please. Okay, so we've gone to some characters, slight change of direction, but still relating to memory. Next, please. And she's storyboarding. So this is a specific memory of her falling into the water. She's done all those experiments beforehand to visualize it. And now she's showing us how she might tell that story, you know, in a comic book. And some character design. So she's taking it from the very experimental to the quite kind of traditional, more accessible. But you can see all along all those things that she's been exploring, the color, the texture, the shapes, all those things are informing this work. Next one, please. So here we get to the outcomes. These are where she comes from those initial sketches. Strange, crazy, mad. Yeah, so really exciting work. And then she shows that she actually made that into a final book and it exists in the world. And also she's thinking about, you know, the form of the book. It wasn't just random. It's like ripples of water. So it concertina format, you know, so right to the end, she's still referring back to her ideas, her experiments to help keep communicating, you know, the idea of water and this particular weird memory that she had from her childhood. Okay, I think that's probably it. I don't know if people are around to ask any questions. I feel I've given you lots and lots and lots of information, but I know there will be questions out there.